Episode 9 is set to bring a return of the three main legacy characters, that of course being Luke Skywalker, Lando Calrissian, and Leia Organa. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the biggest questions when it comes to the final installment of the sequel trilogy is, of course, exactly what J.J. Abrams and crew will be doing with the characters of Luke, Leia, and Lando. Now, we do know that Leia will be used in the form of unused footage from both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and of course will be taken out of certain environments and being put into new environments best suited for Star Wars Episode 9 itself. Now, with that being said, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions. However, when it all comes down to General Leia being in this movie, what's really interesting has all to do with a scene that will actually act as the send-off for the character of Leia that is said to truly make fans around the world cry when they actually go ahead and see this movie. Now, instantly I thought maybe this is a moment in time in which Leia is actually going to die, in which I'm crossing my fingers that that is not the case. I feel like that is something that Disney and Lucasfilm wouldn't do since Carrie Fisher died in real life, and it would be a little bit too much, I think, for the family and for people around the world to see, or to even learn that, you know, Leia has left all the main heroes in Star Wars Episode 9. So it's very hard to say exactly what this send-off will consist of. We do know that there are light hints in the comics that actually hint towards Leia having some, you know, solar radiation and other things that she got when she was floating in space out of the Radish ship in The Last Jedi. You know, the Poe Dameron comics, I believe it was, that lightly indicates that she does have something going on where she's planning for Poe Dameron to be the new quote-unquote general of the Resistance. And with that being said, I think that is most definitely going to be a part of the send-off, is of course Leia handing that title of general down to Dameron, right? Down to Poe Dameron. He'll also be known as General Dameron or something like that in Star Wars Episode 9 by the third act of the movie. Now, do I think that Disney and Lucasfilm would really kill off this character? In a way, it would make sense since this is, you know, the final installment of the Skywalker saga. They are not going to be exploring these characters, at least at this point in time in their life, anymore at all. You know, the whole concept of Luke, Han, Leia, Lando is going to be over with this movie, at least in their older ages. Of course, they're going to explore other aspects of these characters in other forms of movies and canon and whatnot. But with that being said, when it comes to the character of Leia, I honestly feel like that they're going to do something like what they did in one of the Fast and Furious movies with Paul Walker and his character Brian O'Connor. I think it's going to be a proper send-off. I think it's going to be very emotional, as, you know, we have heard that it's going to make fans cry around the world when it comes to the send-off for the character. So I don't know if they would really kill her. We do know that they actually do have a lot of plans in store for the character of Leia. They gave her a great story in this movie, apparently. They worked very hard on it when it came to the footage that they could actually salvage from The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens and use that in Episode 9 and somehow manipulate it in order to really make it fit the story perfectly. You know, it definitely does take a lot of editing and a lot of sound editing and whatnot, and color correction in order to match things up with certain scenes. It's a lot of work, it really is. So when it comes to the character of Leia, I think it really is, as of right now, a 50-50 chance that she's going to die. If it's really going to be a scene that's going to make fans really cry, I would imagine that it would be her death in this movie. I can't really think of anything else other than maybe she just walks off into the distance and that's it for Leia, and then we're left wondering as to what the rest of her life is really going to be like in Episode 9 and after the events of that movie. Now, we do know that they are going to honor Carrie Fisher once again in the credits, apparently, in Episode 9, which is always a nice and great thing to do, since this will be her final film that she will actually appear in, you know, ever. So this is a big deal as well for Carrie Fisher and her family. As for General Leia, I gotta say, you know, the character, I like the character a whole lot more in The Last Jedi than how she was in The Force Awakens appearance-wise. I like the outfit, I like the hairstyle better. We do know that they're gonna actually be using a lot more The Force Awakens footage, apparently, than the footage from The Last Jedi, only because they have more footage in store from Episode 7 rather than Episode 8. So that's the only thing there. So, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about this big Leia scene that is really going to make fans cry, and it's a scene that serves as a send-off for the character? Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.